Madam Speaker, today the Rules Committee met and reported a rule, House Resolution 803. The rule self-executes an additional manager's amendment to H.R. 5376, the Build Back Better Act. Madam Speaker, I don't think I'll surprise anyone here when I say that reconciliation can be a challenging process. The legislation we pass here must be vetted to comply with the Senate's procedural rules so that it can be considered there as quickly as possible. This is why we are here tonight, to ensure the historic Build Back Better bill can be taken up across the Capitol without delay. There was some concern that this process might negatively impact the policies and programs contained in the legislation. But I'm proud to report tonight, Madam Speaker, that this rule makes only very, very technical changes. As the summary states, it makes, quote, technical changes to narrow U.S. Code citations and references to comply with Senate procedural requirements, end quote. Now let me put that in plain English, Madam Speaker. The Build Back Better Act remains virtually unchanged. That means U.S. workers will see the establishment of the first ever national paid family and medical leave guarantee. People will see the largest expansion of health care coverage since the Affordable Care Act was passed nearly a decade ago. 9 million Americans will see their premiums reduced through the expansion of the premium tax credit. 4 million people who are uninsured today will have access to quality care through the closing of Medicaid's coverage gap. Those who take prescription drugs will see lower costs since Medicare is finally allowed to start negotiating drug prices. More than 25 million people who rely on insulin in this country will see the cost of insulin capped at just $35. Families will save an average of $8,600 per child every year through the establishment of universal and free preschool for 3- and 4-year-olds. 5 million students will see their Pell Grants get a boost, and Dreamers will be eligible to receive them. Roughly 40 million American families, 40 million, will see a tax cut through the extension of the child tax credit. This was first enacted in the American Rescue Plan and will help cut child poverty nearly in half. And yes, Madam Speaker, future generations will have a more livable planet through its historic investments that we are making here to combat the climate crisis. Now, I know this has been a long process at times. The Rules Committee has spent more than a dozen hours over multiple meetings considering this bill, and that's in addition to the work of all the other committees. But now, Madam Speaker, the numbers have been crunched and the technical language has been vetted, and we are on the doorstep of passing this historic bill. Build Back Better is a transformational bill at a historic moment, and it is up to all of us to seize this opportunity. I urge all of my colleagues to support this rule and advance this transformational legislation so that we can deliver for the American people, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves the